Slap Battles has 6 obbies, with all of them having one thing in common. These things are hard. Like, you have to be an egg for one, another you have to do an entire mega fun 500 stage obby with no checkpoints, and for a final one you just have to go insane. Help! Doing each of these on their own is hard enough, but what if you had to do them all at once, with 0 checkpoints? Once you die on one, you have to go all the way back to the start. Would that even be humanly possible? Well, only one way to find out. For this video, I'm only doing obbies that are required for badges. That means Untitled Tag, Retro, Admin, Eggler, Psycho, and Frostbait will be the obbies that I'm doing. Also no, I'm not doing the hard obby for Untitled Tag, since that one isn't required for the badge. It wouldn't make things much harder anyway, since it's impossible to die on it. It would just be a waste of time. Also, on top of that, I get to choose the order I complete these in, which will be important later on. Also, any death counts, even if I'm not in an obby. That means even after I've completed every obby besides one, if a random player were to kill me, then I'd have to restart, which is why I'm doing this in a private server. Now, how hard is this really gonna be? Oh. Okay, let's think about this smarter. Something very important for this challenge will be the order I complete these in. In theory, the best way to do this would be to complete the harder obbies first. Doing the hard obbies first in the beginning would allow me to get them out of the way early, so I should be doing Eggler first, right? Well, Psycho has you constantly slap a reverse, which gives you a 3% chance of getting sent to the obby. You want to know what happens the other 97% of the time? You die. Okay, so it saved me a lot of time to do Psycho first. After Psycho, I'll be doing Eggler, then Frostbite, then Untitled Tag, then Retro, and finally Admin. Now, why am I doing Untitled Tag so early? Good question. I genuinely have no idea why I did that. The obby isn't hard at all if you're just patient, since the only part you can die on is at the very end. Eggler is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, just look at this. Frostbite is an obby I've not played too much, so I'm far less confident in it. Retro is just Admin but harder, and Admin is just Retro but easier. Despite being less confident in Frostbite, I'm pretty confident that if I could just get past Psycho and Eggler, I'd be able to fully complete the rest of the challenge. Now, how hard could that be? Eggler is the most broken obby in the game. Every other obby took me like 4 or 5 tries on my original playthrough. Eggler took me like 100. The issue with Eggler is that the controls just don't work properly on console or mobile. Even if you just move the joystick a tiny bit, you move at full speed. This makes going slow almost impossible. So I found the best way for me to beat it is to just go full speed and hope nothing bad happens. The problem with going full speed is that if your egg bounces after your land, then your next jump just won't work. This caused me to just run over kill bricks many times. Now, I did find a way to reduce the chance of that happening, but I could never fully eliminate it. If I were to only jump when absolutely necessary, then the chances of a bounce happening would be drastically reduced. Despite this, Eggler still shut down most of my runs. After over an hour of trying, I eventually managed to get past Eggler for the first time. Now it's time for Frostbite. Why is the glass bridge still there? I've not done this in like 6 months. I don't remember the order. Why would I remember the order? Yeah, I should have checked that before doing this. This kind of made me want to stop doing this. I've already been doing this for like 2 hours and I haven't even gone halfway. I knew it would likely take another 2 hours just to get back there, and then I'd have to actually not choke this obby. The person helping me happened to be AFK, so I wanted to practice game to make sure I was ready for the rest. Every time I died while practicing, it made me think more and more and more that this was actually impossible. I could only complete Frostbait like half the time, could barely do Psycho now, and knew for a fact that Eggler would make me fail many more times. Despite this, I pressed on, but it didn't even pay off. It then proceeded to take a full 20 minutes just to get back to Psycho. I luckily managed to beat Psycho, but then I immediately died to Eggler. This time it wasn't even a bug, I just messed up, and to rub salt in the wound, I then went on a 7 win streak for this obby. Of course it didn't matter though, since I hadn't done Psycho yet, so this was all for nothing. Like, what would be the odds of me getting sent back to Psycho right after doing I made it back right after doing Eggler. This had to be the run. The odds of something like this are so rare, I knew I couldn't mess it up. I took my time on Psycho, had a few close calls, but in the end, managed to get back to the start. Now Frostbite, for real this time. Some random person they added joined, and the whole time they were there, I was afraid they were gonna kill me. Luckily, they didn't, and now we're in Frostbite. This time I made it past the glass bridge, then almost choked the second jump, not a great sign. Now, my tactic for this obby was to just constantly be jumping in order to control my momentum. While you're in the air, you're not on the ice. Now, I was on the part that I was the least confident in. While practicing, this part killed me the most. but I made it. I just had one more part I could fail on. Yeah, like I was saying, once I got past that though, I knew I was home. Now it's time for Untitled Tag. Now, Untitled Tag is hard to complete, but easy to not die on. For most of Untitled Tag, you have ground below you. The only part you can mess up are the jumps at the end. Now, my tactic for Untitled Tag was to zoom my camera out to where I can hear the clock clicking. This would allow me to gauge the speed, letting me know approximately how much time I had. Slow clicks meant I had a lot of time, quick clicks meant I had almost no time. Now, once I made it to the second crane, I could just see the clock. Once there, all I had to do was just wait until I had both low gravity and a lot of time. Once that happened, I made my attempt. I did the first jumps effortless since I had no pressure. I knew if I fell, the worst that would happen would be a bit of a waste of time. But once I got to the jumps over the void, I began to stress. This attempt took ages to get to, I couldn't mess it up now. I then walked down the bridge and made it to the sign. I did it. Just 2 more to go now. Now, this was when I realized I should have definitely done retro before you Untitled Tag. Retro is hard, especially with the added stress of knowing dying means I have to do every obby again. This run was the slowest I've ever done retro. I made sure to take my time. I also made sure to double check that I wouldn't fall through the 50-50 part. Oh, by the way, a trick to check those is by moving your camera through them. If your camera gets stopped, then you know it's solid. There was only one part on the first stage I was worried about, and it was this one. This caused me to lose many of my practice attempts. Luckily though, I managed to get past it. I feel I'm the best at the second stage. I rarely lose runs there. Okay, maybe not the best, but I made it past, which is all that matters. Now the third stage, the one I've been worried about. This stage is really simple up to the last jump. I knew okay, maybe I should have been a bit more worried about the rest of the stage. Doesn't matter now though, I'm at the last jump. Now, this jump is a make or break moment. I knew if I made it, then I would be home free since admin isn't that difficult for me. I ran to the other side of the platform, and then took the jump. And landed it. I wasn't done yet though, I had the wraps to complete. I slowly made each one, and then jumped to the portal, which was bugged by the way. I'd have been fuming if that actually made me lose. But I made it! 5 down, 1 to go. I had to do the first part of retro again. Oh, you best believe I checked the bridges again despite having just done them. Once again, I passed both stage 1 and stage 2. Now I was on to the final challenge.
Listen to them. Follow their orders. Obey. An admin that does not obey can hardly call themselves an admin. Obey.
I turn on the computer.
Or end up like the others.
I disable the cameras. Found the screwdriver. Opened the bookshelf.
You have completed the test.
I now had one last test in front of me. I can't mess this up now.
True admin. What lies next is a test of brawn. Is your skill sufficient?
And I fell. Okay, well, good thing I'm not dead yet. That definitely caused me to panic. I know I won't mess up again, though. I couldn't. Not this close to the end. I made the last wrap, and then I knew it was as good as over. I made the last 3 jumps knowing I was done. I did it. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person in slap battles to ever do that.
Congratulations.
I mean, come on, you gotta sub for that one now. Anyways, huge shout out to this person right here. They stuck it out for hours. Oh, and also, I have another idea for a challenge like this. Yeah, this is not coming out anytime soon though. This will be way harder. Also, proof that this run isn't faked is in the description. It's the entire run unedited. Anyways, thanks for watching.